Welcome to our training on executive coaching and personal development. We are LEBON Academy, your partner in learning and development transformation, and my name is David. I'm glad to have you here today. Whether you're joining from the office, the shop floor, or working remotely, this training is designed to give you practical tools and techniques you can start applying immediately to solve problems smarter, reduce errors, and improve the way we work. Why are we here? In this course, you'll explore powerful tools and mindsets that shape successful leaders. We'll dive into emotional intelligence, learn how to build resilience, and discover how to use one-on-one coaching techniques to support both personal and professional development. Why is this important? Because today's leaders need more than just technical knowledge. They need the ability to lead with empathy, manage stress effectively, and build meaningful relationships. And that begins with self-awareness. Throughout this course, you will learn practical models like GROW and CLEAR for coaching conversations. Reflect on your own values, goals, and mindset. Strengthen your emotional intelligence and resilience. And design a personal development plan to continue growing after the course. This is not just about listening. You'll be encouraged to reflect, take notes, practice, and apply what you learn at your own pace. Feel free to pause the video when needed, write down your thoughts, and come back as often as you'd like. Whether you are a manager, HR professional, coach, or someone passionate about growth, you are in the right place. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and get ready to explore the leader within you. Here is an overview of the course content and key topics we will explore together. Module 1: Introduction to Executive Coaching. Definitions, ethics, and coaching mindsets. Differences between coaching, mentoring, and managing. Module 2: Emotional Intelligence in Leadership. Goleman's EQ model, self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social skills, motivation. Emotion regulation and influence in high-stakes leadership. Module 3: Developing Resilience. Coping strategies and bounce-back capacity. Mental toughness, adaptability, and mindfulness. Module 4: Self-awareness through reflection and journaling. Daily and strategic reflection practices. Journaling techniques for personal growth. Module 5: One-on-one coaching skills for leaders. Building trust, presence, and active listening. Using models like GROW and CLEAR in development conversations. Module 6: Designing a personal development plan. Strengths identification, goal setting using SMART and OKRs, accountability structures and habits for success. This section outlines the learning outcomes. By the end of this course, participants will be able to understand the principles of executive coaching and how they support leadership growth, apply emotional intelligence competencies in real leadership scenarios, cultivate resilience to better handle stress and complexity, use self-reflection and journaling as tools for growth and clarity, facilitate one-on-one coaching conversations that drive development, create a personal development plan aligned with professional goals. Let's take a look at the development skills participants will build throughout the course. Emotional self-awareness and empathy, resilience and adaptive thinking, coaching techniques, questioning, listening, feedback, reflective journaling and mindfulness, goal setting and personal accountability. Welcome. In this first session, we explore what executive coaching truly is. We'll clarify the coaching mindset rooted in trust, active listening, and ethical behavior, and see how coaching differs from managing or mentoring. Unlike advising or directing, coaching is about helping others think deeper and grow. Definition: Executive coaching is a structured, goal-focused process to unlock potential, enhance performance, and support leaders' personal growth. Key elements: ethics and confidentiality, coaching mindset, curiosity, non-judgment, empathy, roles and boundaries, comparison table. What is coaching? Mentoring, managing, coaching, unlocks potential, mentoring, shares experience managing, directs tasks, coaching, coachee-driven mentoring, mentor-driven, managing, manager-driven, coaching, question-based mentoring, advice-based, managing, authority-based. Let's move to the second module, Emotional Intelligence in Leadership. Emotional intelligence is the foundation of great leadership. Goleman's model helps us develop key interpersonal and intrapersonal skills. You'll see how mastering your own emotions and reading others' cues boosts your ability to lead authentically and effectively, especially in high-stakes environments. Emotional intelligence in leadership. Goleman's EQ model, 5 core elements: self-awareness, knowing your emotions and triggers; self-regulation, managing your reactions and impulses; motivation, inner drive to achieve beyond expectations; empathy, understanding others' emotions and perspectives; social skills, building rapport, influencing, resolving conflict. Application in leadership. Staying calm and decisive in high-pressure situations, reading team dynamics and responding with empathy, influencing and motivating people through trust and authenticity. Real-world example: a senior leader managing a high-stakes product launch was known for reacting defensively to critical feedback. After coaching focused on self-awareness and emotional regulation, he learned to pause, reflect, and respond constructively. Within months, his relationships with cross-functional teams improved dramatically, and the product launch succeeded ahead of schedule with full team buy-in. Resilience is more than endurance. It's the ability to rebound with strength and clarity. In this module, you'll learn how to manage stress effectively, reframe setbacks, and lead from a place of emotional and mental strength. Developing resilience. Key concepts: coping strategies, problem-focused, taking direct action to solve the issue; emotion-focused, managing emotional response to stress; bounce-back capacity, recovering after failure or pressure; mental toughness, grit, perseverance, and inner strength; adaptability and mindfulness, adjusting to change with awareness; resilience cycle, diagram, stress, appraisal, response, recovery, growth. Real-world example: a product launch fails unexpectedly. Instead of blaming others or retreating, a resilient leader reflects on what went wrong, reframes the situation, adjusts the go-to-market plan, re-engages the team with clarity and energy. In 6 months, the revised product outperforms its predecessor by 30%. Let's turn to self-awareness through reflection and journaling. Journaling isn't just writing, it's a mirror for your leadership mind. We explore techniques that boost self-awareness, help you stay aligned with your values, and support long-term personal growth. Just a few minutes a day can lead to major shifts in clarity and behavior. Self-awareness through reflection and journaling. Daily reflection practices. Morning intention setting. Define focus or mindset for the day. Evening review. What worked? What didn't? What can improve? Strategic reflection. Weekly growth questions. What did I learn about myself this week? Monthly SWOT analysis. Identify evolving strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Journaling methods. Free writing. Stream of consciousness to access deeper insights. Prompt-based reflection. What am I avoiding? Visual journaling, mind maps, sketches, emotion diagrams. Real-world example. A project manager began using a simple journaling routine. Morning. Today, I want to show patience under pressure. Evening. Reflected on how she handled conflict. Over time, her emotional reactions became more measured. She noticed patterns in her triggers and shifted her communication style, which improved team dynamics significantly. So, let's dive into the next module. SWOT stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. It's a structured framework used for self-assessment, personal development, strategic planning, or business analysis. SWOT is a practical tool to build self-awareness and strategic clarity. By recognizing your strengths and weaknesses and spotting opportunities or threats in your environment, you can make more informed, aligned leadership decisions. Here's a breakdown. Component, description, focus area. Component, strengths, description. What you're good at, your skills, resources, assets. Focus area, internal, component, weaknesses, description. Areas where you struggle or need improvement. Focus area, internal, component, opportunities, description. External chances to grow or improve. Focus area, external, component, threats, description. External challenges or risks. Focus area, external. Example: personal SWOT for a leader. Strengths, weaknesses. Strengths: strong communication, weaknesses. Difficulty delegating tasks, strengths. High emotional intelligence, weaknesses. Hesitant in tough conversations, opportunities. Threats, opportunities. Internal promotion chance, threats. Team burnout risk, opportunities. Industry leadership programs, threats. Market volatility. Up next, one-on-one coaching skills for leaders. Effective coaching conversations don't happen by accident, they're intentional. We'll learn how to be fully present and use proven models like Grow and Clear to structure powerful one-on-one sessions that help others take ownership of their growth. One-on-one coaching skills for leaders. Core skills: presence and trust building. Be fully present, show reliability. Active listening. Paraphrase, clarify, affirm. Powerful questions. Open-ended, forward-focused, curious. Up next, one-on-one coaching skills for leaders. Effective coaching conversations don't happen by accident, they're intentional. We'll learn how to be fully present and use proven models like Grow and Clear to structure powerful one-on-one sessions that help others take ownership of their growth. One-on-one coaching skills for leaders. Core skills: presence and trust building. Be fully present, show reliability. Active listening. Paraphrase, clarify, affirm. Powerful questions. Open-ended, forward-focused, curious. Coaching models. Grow model. Goal: what do you want to achieve? Reality: where are you now? Options: what could you do? Will: what will you do? Clear model. Contracting: define purpose, expectations. Listening: deep, focused attention. Exploring: understand the whole picture. Action: identify next steps, review, reflect, and follow up. Real-world example: a leader coached a team member who felt stuck in their role. Using the Grow model, the conversation flowed. Defined a clear goal, transitioned to a senior analyst position, explored the current reality, lack of cross-functional experience, identified options, take on a cross-team project, committed to next steps and set a review date. 3 months later, the team member successfully led a project and moved into the new role. Next, I want to introduce you to reflection. Definition: the deliberate process of thinking back on your actions, behaviors, and decisions to learn from them and improve future responses. In coaching and leadership, reflection helps turn experience into insight, slow down automatic reactions, prepare for future challenges, make meaning from failure or success. Tools for reflection: coaching questions, journaling prompts, debriefing after key events, what went well, what would I do differently? Example: after a difficult conversation with a peer, you might reflect, I was too reactive. I didn't listen enough. What triggered me? Next time I'll pause and ask one clarifying question before responding. This final step ties everything together. You'll map out your personal growth plan by identifying your strengths, setting aligned goals, and building systems that keep you accountable. This is where leadership becomes intentional and measurable. Designing a personal development plan. Steps: identify strengths via feedback, self-assessment. Set goals using SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. OKRs: objectives, inspiring, big picture. Key results: measurable outcomes. Sustainability: accountability partners, habit tracking, review checkpoints. Let's turn to why these matter in executive development. They build self-awareness, the foundation of emotional intelligence. They support continuous learning rather than one-time insights. They are low-cost, high-impact tools that leaders can use daily. Prompts for your training? In this module, we'll explore evidence-based tools that help structure and deepen coaching conversations. These tools offer measurable insight into personality, resilience, values, and how others perceive us. Used effectively, They transform abstract discussions into focused development journeys. Tools and techniques for coaching tool. Purpose tool, EQI 2.0. Purpose. Assess emotional intelligence. Tool, de-risk. Purpose. Measure resilience. Tool, values cards. Purpose. Clarify internal drivers. Tool, 360 feedback. Purpose. Create awareness via others' views. Example. Using values cards, a coachee discovered that autonomy was key. This insight explained recurring friction with controlling leadership styles and helped frame future role discussions. Up next, EQI 2.0 Emotional Intelligence Assessment. The EQI 2.0 is one of the most respected emotional intelligence assessments. It gives leaders a structured look into how they perceive, manage, and express emotions, and how that impacts their work. It's a powerful launchpad for growth-focused coaching. EQI 2.0 Emotional Intelligence Assessment. Purpose, measures. Key, EQ competencies, self-perception, self-expression, interpersonal skills, decision-making, stress management. Purpose. Application. Used at the start of coaching for baseline awareness, provides a personal development map, often repeated after 6-12 months to track growth application. The EQI 2.0 gives us a detailed look at how emotions show up in your thinking, behavior, and leadership presence. It helps us move from abstract traits like empathy or stress tolerance to clear, coachable behaviors. Whether a leader needs to speak up more or pause before reacting, this tool reveals where growth will have the biggest impact. In the EQI 2.0 Emotional Quotient Inventory, the scores are standardized, meaning they follow a mean average of 100 with a standard deviation, SD, of 15. Score interpretation, score range interpretation, score range 130 plus. Interpretation, very high. Score range, 115, 129. Interpretation, high. Score range, 85, 114. Interpretation, average, effective range. Score range, 70, 84. Interpretation, low. Score range, below 70. Interpretation, very low. So, a score of 102 falls into the average effective range, indicating emotional functioning is within a typical range, but with room to grow or refine. Max score. While the EQI 2.0 doesn't have a hard maximum, like 100% on a test, in practice, 140 plus is extremely rare and often considered the upper range of the scale. Each subscale and composite scale is scored independently, but uses the same 100 mean, JASH 15 SD format. EQI 2.0 Emotional Intelligence Assessment. What it measures. The EQI 2.0 assesses 5 composite areas of emotional intelligence and 15 subscales. Composite area. Subscales, composite area, self-perception. Subscales, self-regard, self-actualization, emotional self-awareness. Composite area, self-expression, subscales, emotional expression, assertiveness, independence. Composite area, interpersonal, subscales, empathy, social responsibility, interpersonal relationships. Composite area, decision-making, subscales, problem-solving, reality testing, impulse control. Composite area, stress management, subscales, flexibility, stress tolerance, optimism. Example profile summary, EQ domain, score. Coaching insight, EQ domain, self-perception, score. 108. Coaching insight, confident but may lack deeper emotional awareness. EQ domain, stress management, score. 95. Coaching insight, moderate needs to improve handling pressure. EQ domain, interpersonal skills, score. 122. Coaching insight, strong connection with others. EQ domain, decision-making, score. 87. Coaching insight, tendency to react impulsively or doubt decisions. EQ domain, self-expression, score. 100. Coaching insight, balanced communication, slight challenge asserting views. Total, EQ score. 102, average range. So next tool is the CD risk assessment, which helps uncover how leaders handle adversity and change. It supports powerful coaching conversations about coping, adaptability, and growth after setbacks, helping leaders build a more resilient mindset. CD Risk Resilience Assessment. Purpose: measures psychological resilience using 5 domains: personal competence, tolerance of negative affect, positive acceptance of change, control, spiritual influence. Application: helps identify how leaders respond to stress. Useful during change management, crisis, or recovery periods. CD Risk Resilience Scale example. Scale range 0-100. Based on total score from 25 items, each scored 0-4. Example shows a resilience score of 67 falling into the moderate range. It suggests the leader has solid inner strength, but may benefit from sharpening how they respond to prolonged stress or sudden change. In coaching, we use this insight to strengthen bounce-back habits and mental flexibility. Interpretation of score: 67-100 strengths. Some coping skills and adaptability are evident. Opportunities: may need support in recovery from high stress or unexpected setbacks. Coaching focus areas: build routines that support recovery, strengthen tolerance for uncertainty, introduce reflective practices like journaling or mindfulness. Total score: 67-100, moderate resilience coaching. Insight: a leader scoring low in acceptance of change and spiritual influence may benefit from mindset coaching on reframing uncertainty, identifying personal purpose or meaning in work, developing practical strategies for navigating ambiguity. Here you can see example: CD Risk Resilience Assessment sample items, scored 0-4, not true at all, true nearly all the time. I am able to adapt when changes occur. I can deal with whatever comes my way. I tend to bounce back after illness or hardship. I believe I can achieve my goals, even if there are obstacles. During times of stress, I know where to turn for help. The full CD Risk includes 25 items. Domain: score 0-8. Insight: domain, personal competence, score 6. Insight: strong self-confidence and persistence. Domain: tolerance of negative effect, score 3. Insight: may struggle managing emotions under stress. Domain: positive acceptance of change, score 2. Insight: difficulty embracing change. Domain: control, score 5. Insight: feels moderate control over outcomes. Domain: spiritual influence, score 1. Insight: rarely draws strength from beliefs. Sometimes what's missing isn't skill, it's alignment. Values: cards bring clarity to what drives an individual's motivation and friction. When we uncover these drivers, we help coachees make clearer choices and navigate internal conflicts with intention. Values cards clarify what matters most. Purpose helps coachees discover core values, prioritizes what drives satisfaction, conflict, and decisions, builds alignment between work, behavior, and internal compass. Example: a coachee discovered that autonomy was their top value. This explained repeated conflict with micromanaging leaders and reframed how they approached job opportunities and team dynamics. Let's take a look at 360-degree feedback, seeing yourself through others' eyes. 360-degree feedback can be transformative. It opens up how others see us, often revealing strengths we underestimate or habits we don't notice. When framed constructively, this tool builds self-awareness and accelerates development in ways that solo reflection cannot. 360-degree feedback, seeing yourself through others' eyes. Purpose: collects feedback from peers, direct reports, and supervisors, highlights blind spots and strengths, encourages humility, empathy, and self-awareness. Best practices: use trained facilitator to interpret feedback. Frame results around growth, not criticism. Integrate into leadership development plans. 360-degree feedback is powerful because it shows you how others experience your leadership. It goes beyond intentions. When used thoughtfully, it can uncover blind spots and spark meaningful growth, especially in emotional intelligence, communication, and influence. 360-degree feedback. See yourself through others' eyes. What it is? A multi-rater feedback tool that gathers input from manager, peers, direct reports, self-assessment, used to identify strengths, blind spots, and growth areas in key competencies: leadership, communication, collaboration. Purpose: increases self-awareness, supports behavioral change, enhances accountability in development plans, builds trust when handled constructively. Coaching example: context. A senior leader rated themselves highly on collaborative leadership. 360 degrees. Result: peers reported they felt excluded from decisions. Direct reports noted the leader was often directive, not collaborative. Manager gave neutral feedback. Insight: the leader was unaware of how their behavior was perceived. Coaching outcome: practiced inclusive decision-making in meetings. Asked team for regular feedback. 6 months later, collaboration scores increased by 28% in follow-up 360-degree. Each of these tools adds clarity to a different part of the coaching journey, whether it's emotional intelligence, resilience, values, or feedback from others. Used intentionally, they help leaders grow with purpose and insight. Summary coaching tools. Recap. Tool use case: EQI 2.0, Emotional Insight and Development. CD Risk Resilience Assessment and Strategy Values. Cards Value Alignment and Clarity. 360 Feedback Perspective Building and Self-Awareness. Outcome: these tools create deeper, data-informed conversations that support measurable personal and leadership growth. Here you can see a list of books you can read to deepen your understanding of executive coaching, emotional intelligence, and resilience in leadership. Emotional intelligence and self-awareness, executive coaching and leadership, resilience and personal development, academic journals and reports, key journals. Reports: ICF Global Coaching Study, International Coaching Federation. Industry trends, ROI of coaching, and professional standards. Deloitte Human Capital Trends. Reports focus on leadership development, learning, and organizational resilience. As we come to the end of this training on executive coaching and personal development, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You've explored the core principles of emotional intelligence, learned to build resilience, and practiced how to hold coaching conversations that foster trust and growth. But most importantly, you've taken time to reflect on yourself, your values, your strengths, your leadership journey. Personal development is not a destination, it's an ongoing process. Every insight you've gained in this course can become part of your leadership identity. Whether it's through journaling, active listening, or building a growth plan, you now have tools to lead with more purpose and presence. Now it's time to apply what you've learned in conversations with your team, in how you respond under pressure, and in the way you support others and yourself through change. Remember, coaching starts with you, your awareness, your curiosity, your willingness to grow. Thank you for being part of this course. Thank you for showing up with intention. And thank you for choosing to invest in your personal and professional growth. Keep reflecting, keep developing, and most importantly, keep leading with heart.